Welcome back. Cryptocurrency finally making a splash in America's largest sports league. The Dallas Cowboys recently announced a partnership with Blockchain.com, and Yahoo Finance's Josh Schafer has more on what this means for the boys and the league as a whole. And Josh, we had to expect this would happen sometime. First league partnership with a cryptocurrency company. What makes this still special?
Yeah, Jared, it's finally here. I mean, the number one special thing is I think that it's the first one, right? So the NFL is finally allowing cryptocurrency companies to partner with these NFL teams. The NFL had previously really barred most crypto activity from the NFL teams, and they weren't letting the teams interact in that space at all. About a month ago, that changed, and now teams are starting to enter the space. So this deal specifically, we have Blockchain.com partnering with the Dallas Cowboys. A little bit on Blockchain.com, I was talking to our crypto reporter David Hollerith about them yesterday. He said it's a big company. He said it's a bigger company than most people realize because they're not very retail facing. A lot of their business is institutional, but they're valued at $14 billion. The company has about 82 million wallets in 200 countries. So, and they're pairing with the Cowboys, who are basically the most expensive team in the NFL at an estimated $6.5 billion. So a big partnership there, but it's not that crypto-centric, and I think that's going to be a trend that we see. Yes, it's blockchain.com, but a lot of this is really going to be advertising and marketing, kind of similar to what we see with the sports gambling companies. The NFL wants the money, but they don't really want to acknowledge that it exists and the potential risks for fans that might engage with those brands. So the brand's going to sort of be there, but there's not going to be a ton of push in the crypto space from the Cowboys necessarily.
Yeah, Josh, do you think this is good for the integrity of the sport?
It's a good question, Brian. I mean, I don't think it matters as much when you think about the other things that the NFL gets into, right? They get into gambling, they get into alcohol, they get into pretty much any sort of vice that you can name that they initially tried to shun. They somehow get there. And so I think with cryptocurrency, it's going to be the same kind of thing. The NFL originally kind of stepped back, didn't want to take a full stance on it. Now we're going to see the little bit of exposure. And I don't think it's really going to impact the fan experience that much. We were all annoyed by the FTX ads last year anyway. I'm sure we're going to see more of them. And I think that will probably be the biggest thing fans really notice here. I don't think there's going to be too much that's actually being pushed on fans in the crypto space.
And Josh, we got time for one more here. What other deals or partnerships do you think could come, not only in the NFL, but just in general, cryptocurrency plus sports? Seems like a marriage made in heaven here. Any other deals in the works?
Yeah, Jared. I mean, one thing that I'm watching, and we talked about this yesterday with Socios.com, is the fan token space. That's not allowed yet, and that's when we really see crypto and sports interact. So in Europe, they make tokens for teams. Direct tokens, there would be a Dallas Cowboys token that someone could buy. And if they're buying that, then they can interact with the team directly. They can earn rewards. It's sort of a reward system. I think that model might eventually come to the U.S. None of the leagues have allowed it just yet. So that's sort of the next thing I'm watching, and we're going to keep seeing more teams, by the way, announcing that they're accepting Bitcoin. The Tennessee Titans announced a week or two ago now that they were going to be the first NFL team to accept Bitcoin for payment. I'd expect that to be league-wide by maybe the start of the season, or if not, by next year. It seems like that's just a good PR press release that these teams like to send out and say that they're crypto accepting.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, if you're a player and you're accepting crypto, better make sure that it's not before the big drop. I think that caught a player last year a little bit by surprise. Yahoo Finance's Josh Schafer, thanks for that report.